Coloring with fire. The burn challenge. You're 3 hours into a coloring page. Your hand is steady. Your colors are blending exactly like they should. And then your phone buzzes with a video of someone setting their finished coloring book page on fire. Not because it was bad, because it was perfect. The burn challenge started quietly on Reddit's r/coloring books about 8 months ago. A user named ArtByAsh posted a photo of an intricate mandala, fully colored oils and acrylics layered like stained glass. Behind it, a lighter. The caption was 3 words, "Perfect or it burns." The post has 47,000 upvotes now. But what matters isn't the upvotes. It's the comment thread, which has become something darker than a trend. It's become a philosophy. The original poster still responds to messages. They say the same thing every time. Coloring isn't about the finished product. It's about the risk. You probably started coloring books the way everyone does. Stress relief. A moment to yourself. You'd sit with a cup of tea, a set of colored pencils, maybe some music, and you'd spend an evening bringing flat lines to life. There's no failure in coloring books. That's the whole point. You stay inside the lines and you win. Simple, safe, predictable. But predictability erodes joy faster than you'd think. The burn challenge doesn't ask you to fail. It asks you to bet something you've already invested in. You finish a page, 40 hours, sometimes 60. You photograph it. You post it with your lighter and frame. Then a comment section full of strangers' votes. Thumbs up, you frame it. Thumbs down, you light it. You watch your work combust in real time, and you stream it or you don't. The algorithm never cares about the people who choose to save their pages. It only rewards the ones who burn them. Here's what's strange. The people who burn their work report something unexpected afterward. They go back to coloring, but faster, bolder, less careful about staying in the lines. There's a neurological mechanism hiding here. When you know your work might be destroyed, you stop coloring to create a perfect object. You start coloring to feel something in the act itself. The pencil becomes a prayer instead of a tool. The pressure changes. One participant described it like this. I realized I was coloring for the book. After the burn, I started coloring for my hands. That shift matters. Psychologically, it mirrors something researchers call prestige motivation collapse. When the external reward system becomes unstable, when your finished work isn't guaranteed to be preserved, your brain reallocates its dopamine. It stops chasing the moment of completion and starts hunting the moment of doing. You become addicted to the process, not the product. You finish pages faster. You start more projects. And you buy more coloring books. The coloring book industry noticed this. By month 3 of the burn challenge, 3 major publishers had quietly launched their own burn-ready coloring books. Thinner paper designed to ignite and collapse spectacularly, printed with pigments that change color as they char. Crayola released a whole campaign called Fire Gallery, a digital exhibition where you upload photos of your burned pages, and they're preserved in an online museum. Your work literally has to be destroyed to be remembered. The irony is intentional. It's also brilliant marketing. But there's a second layer that nobody talks about yet. The people deepest in the burn challenge aren't just setting their own work on fire anymore, they're setting other people's. There are Instagram accounts now dedicated to burn requests. You upload your favorite coloring page, you tag the burn challenge community, and a random person receives it in the mail, colors it, votes on whether it lives or dies, and streams the outcome. You're watching strangers commit to destroying your creative vision, and you're watching it happen. You're pouring hours into something someone else created, and you have zero control over its fate. Some people describe this as liberation. Others describe it as violation. There's a woman named Morgan from Portland who's become micro-famous for what she calls mercy burns. She receives pages, colors them with extraordinary detail, and then, regardless of how the voting goes, she burns them anyway, even if they were saved. She says she's honoring the true purpose, which she defines as proving nothing is permanent. She's released 47 videos. She has 312,000 followers. Comments on her videos are theological. People are genuinely asking whether she's found enlightenment or created an elaborate form of self-harm. The question isn't which one it is. It's that both answers feel true. Here's what the trend reveals about coloring itself. Coloring books exist because adults are scared of blank pages. A coloring book offers structure you didn't have to create. You can't fail because someone else already drew the blueprint. You're not making art, you're decorating it. There's comfort in that, there's safety. But comfort has a shelf life, especially when you're doing the same thing 5 nights a week. Your brain needs novelty. It needs stakes. The burn challenge provides both. It weaponizes perfectionism. It takes the thing that made coloring safe, the promise that your work would survive, and burns it away. And you keep coming back because that's exactly what you needed to happen. The scientific layer. Oxytocin and adrenaline compete for neural dominance when you're coloring under observation. In a quiet room alone, your body floods with oxytocin, calm, connected, nurturing. The moment you introduce an audience and unpredictable outcomes, adrenaline spikes. Your coloring strokes change. They become more intentional, you color deeper, faster, with more variation. People who've switched to burn challenge coloring report that their finished pages actually show more skill and complexity than before, even though they're under more psychological pressure. The fear optimizes the work. So the real question isn't whether the burn challenge is healthy. The real question is whether you've been coloring the wrong way your whole life. Because here's the thing about safety. It feels good until it doesn't. And when it stops feeling good, you don't go back to baseline. You run towards something worse. Something that makes you feel like you're alive again, even if that feeling is chaos. The burn challenge keeps growing. Reddit's coloring subreddit has fragmented into 30 subgroups. 2 of them are now explicitly about the morality of burning your work. One moderator posted a notice that said, "We can't stop you. We can only ask you to understand what you're choosing." The thread got locked after 42 hours. Over 8,000 comments. The last visible one before it closed was a single sentence. "If I don't burn it, who am I?" That comment has 9,400 upvotes. No replies allowed. Your coloring books are still sitting in your cabinet. You haven't opened them in 2 weeks. You keep thinking about that lighter. You keep watching the videos. And you're starting to understand something uncomfortable. You don't actually want to color anymore. You want to burn. The object was never the point. The risk was. The prettiest coloring book in the world means nothing if you're afraid to ruin it. Fire proves you were never afraid to begin with. Click the link in the description to get a free coloring book. Instantly download your pages in 60 seconds.